We are back with some Xavien Howard rumors to the Houston Texans. I'll show you why those rumors are starting up. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The League. Your host, as always, Harley Dugan. Let's get into this, guys. Xavien Howard, former cornerback of the Miami Dolphins. As we all know, when he was talked about getting cut way back when, it was before free agency, immediate rumors came out that the Houston Texans would be interested. Laremy Tunsil was excited about it, obviously, because Laremy Tunsil was a former Dolphin, former teammate of Xavien Howard. And then DJ Bieniemy had came out and said that he is hearing that the Houston Texans would be interested in Xavien Howard. Now, obviously, he didn't get cut immediately. It took it a while. He's gotten cut just maybe a few weeks ago, I want to say, maybe 2 weeks ago, week and a half. And we haven't heard anything from any team with Xavien Howard. Nobody's been linked to him. But maybe the Houston Texans could go ahead and re-enter to those discussions. When you look at the secondary, you got Derek Stingley. You have Jeff Okudah, who you just recently signed. I like the Okudah signing. I love Derek Stingley. At the end of the day, those guys are very injury prone. And when you're looking at depth at the cornerback position, it doesn't seem like they're bringing back Steven Nelson. You got Desmond King. He's going to be your slot corner, though. You prefer him in the slot rather as an outside guy. There's no depth there as well either. Losing Tavier Thomas as well. The Houston Texans need to add help to the secondary. Why not get a veteran like Xavien Howard? Well, it does seem like he wants to come to Houston because he is here, and we are about to react to the OG's podcast. This is a podcast between Udonis Haslam and Mike Miller, both guys that played formerly with the Miami Heat. So I assume they know a little thing or two about Xavien Howard, who was with the Miami Dolphins. So let's go ahead and hear what Mr. Howard's got to say about him maybe being a Houston Texan.
Speaking of Texas, Houston might not be a bad look for you this summer.
Would you like to have the opportunity?
I would love to do that, man, especially back at home. I wouldn't say I've always been a Houston Texans fan, but this offseason, I'm a very Houston Texans fan.
Hey, listen.
Like, man, they got a hell of a quarterback over a young guy,
Yeah,
rookie
CJ
year.
Stroud.
But if it's what you were talking about earlier, though, it gives you a chance. Like, they're good.
Yeah.
That's something that you don't have to necessarily win a championship or Super Bowl year one.
Yeah.
But if you build into it, they give you the money that you deserve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you've earned.
Yeah.
And now you have a chance to build into it because they're going to be knocking at the door.
Okay. It's a newer podcast, guys. It's not so bad. Called the OGs. I don't mind that. I like that. So how are we feeling about Xavien Howard? He says, hey, he would love to come here to Houston. He said he's not particularly been a fan of the Houston Texans. I assume growing up, obviously, because he is from Texas. He went to Baylor. But playing with CJ Stroud changes things. CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans with DeMeco Ryans changed everything for this recent free agency, actually. And so it's going to attract players. Xavien Howard's a veteran. He's looking to get a ring. Like, this is what he's looking for. Texans need depth, man. This guy's strictly an outside corner. You're not going to play him in the nickel, but you got to have some sort of backup options. Now, whether or not he's willing to be a bench guy, whether or not he's willing to not play at, the 90% snaps that he was probably used to with the Miami Dolphins, that's something he's going to have to get used to just because of age. Age is a factor with him. Do the Houston Texans maybe move him at safety? I know that's always a popular choice when it comes to older cornerbacks. I don't see that happening. I really don't, but I do like his experience, his expertise at the cornerback position. I think could be helpful for a room of cornerbacks that, let's be real, there's just not a lot there. I need depth at secondary. Xavien Howard can help a Jeff Okudah. He can help a Derek Stingley. He can help Desmond King. He can help the safeties as well, and Jalen Petrie. You got youth there at cornerback. Let not have someone like Xavien Howard, who should be relatively cheap. They talked about the money he deserved. I get it. The money he earned, I understand it. He's also got to know that we ain't paying him no top dollar. The Texans adjustedly have about $16 million left in cap space. I don't see him getting paid anything past $7 million a year. I would see the Texans maybe giving him a 1 year, $5.5 million deal if that's what they want to do. But I also question whether or not he is willing to come off the bench. But who knows? The Texans, D'Amico Ryans, they got to add depth to the secondary. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.